Hi everyone, welcome to the Bcode Tube. Today I'm gonna show you how to get a data file and extract the files that are saved inside that data file. First of all, let's create a local project just to show. So I'm here creating a new project. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna add here an assets folder and I'm gonna get some images. So this image I just created here quickly just for demonstration. Let's compile for emscripten. When we execute this command with the preload file option, it's gonna take everything inside the assets folder, the folder that you pass to the command, and combine byte per byte all the files inside this .data here. So if we open with the X-editor, which is an extension, X-editor, we are gonna see byte per byte inside the data file. And if we open the image with the X-editor, we also gonna see byte per byte the image. So let's see here byte 0, and if I select more, 3. For some reason the first always gets unselected. I don't know why, but let's just count how many we can select here in this file. Okay, until the last one, 6,304 bytes. If we count the first one, 6,305. Let's go here to the combined file. It also unselects the first, so we have to go to 6,304. Let's see. (6,304). So here is the first file. The second file we can also open here and check how many bytes it has. A 1,211. Let's go back here. We start from this guy and let's count how many. 1012, but it's counting the first byte. So if we count including the first byte, let me do this and add the first byte, 1212. So the data file is the byte per byte combinations. And how do we know when the file starts and ends? Do we have to open byte per byte? And what if we don't have the original files, right? So here we, in this JS file, we can search for load package function, and in here we are gonna have the files that were loaded. So this is the first one and how many bytes it has, then the second one and how many bytes it has. So if we can get the data file and we can get the JS file, we know exactly where they start and where they end. So now let's pretend that we are gonna open a web page. Here, let's pretend this is a website that you have access to that has emscripten. We can go to the developer tools and we reload the page. Here we are gonna see the JS file, the data file, the WASM file, the HTML file. We need the JS and the data file. Open a new tab, save. Okay. Here are the files that I downloaded. It's showing this image, but you can see that it's not showing the second image because the header starts with PNG file, so my file manager already understands this is a PNG file, but you can see that it doesn't show the second image. So how do we parse this second image? Let me grab this. Let me create a folder here for the parser. Here and parser. We need to include this, and we know that our information has file name, start and end, and I'm gonna pass the data file as an input. We need to open as binary, so just the R won't work. We need to open as binary. And we need to create our data information, and we are gonna grab this from the JS file. So here we only need what is inside these brackets. Sometimes you have many more files. Grab everything until the close of the rectangular bracket. So first you have to pay attention that the file is starting in the root folder. Probably you won't have access to the root folder, so what I suggest is select everything, but add a dot, so then when we extract the files from the data file, it's gonna be inside this folder. You can pass other locations, but here would be just easier. Then we delete the start and we delete the end. Someone could create a direct parser from the JS file. I'm not gonna do that. I just copy and paste here. For me it's easier. Then we are gonna loop through our vector. First we need to allocate memory, so we get the first one end minus the first one start, and we allocate enough memory to put the data in the buffer. Then we are gonna read the file, the handle file. We are gonna grab the contents input inside the buffer, considering the end minus the start, so how many bytes, in this case is this one minus this one, and this is 1 byte, so every number here means 1 byte. And we're gonna start here in these results. We don't use this, but if you, it's just to return the data. So then we are gonna open a new file, and we are gonna write bytes to it. We are gonna read bytes from this guy, read this amount of bytes, and write inside this file. So we write whatever is inside the buffer, considering this size, 1 byte per size, and inside the output file. We close the output and we delete the buffer from the memory. In the end, we close the file that we have opened. But these folders here, we need to create them manually. My script doesn't create folders, so recreate whatever folder it's needed for your case. Then we can just run our compiler. If we run the parser, it's gonna ask for the location of the file that we need to parse. We pass the data file, and now inside my assets folder I recovered all the files that inside the data file. This should work with any page that you open, and as long as you grab the data and you have the start and end for the files, then you can recover the files using this script. As I said, I don't parse the JavaScript directly. If you want to create a parser for you, but that's how we can read the data file. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and share with your friends.